Next up, we have Representative Tristan Roberts, 267, act relating to establishment of year-round U.S. Eastern Standard Time. So our next bill is similar, and I don't know if...
Some would say similar, some would say diametric opposite.
Okay. So my question was going to be whether you wanted to do this together or...
So we really have, I think, opposing proposals.
Oh, okay.
to Consider, I don't know if that's fair to say, Representative Chase, but I'd be happy to speak briefly. I just have a few notes to introduce H.267, and I'm curious about Representative Chase's proposal.
Okay.
So thank you for, I think I've met nearly everyone here. I'm Representative Tristan Roberts of Halifax.
Since it's nearly everybody, let's go around the table quickly. Representative Robin Chestnut Tangerman, Rutland Bennington District.
Sadia Lamont, Morrisville, Elmore, Worcester, Woodbury, and Stowe.
Joe Parsons, Newbury, Topsom, and Groton.
Emily Krasno, South Burlington.
Ashley Barley, Fairfax, Georgia.
Caleb Elder, Starksboro.
Elizabeth Burrows, Heartland, West Windsor, and Windsor, which are Windsor 1.
Larry Labor, Essex, Orleans, District 1.
Mary Howard, Rutland, District 6.
And
Thank you.
please.
Well, I really appreciate your time. H.267 would establish year-round U.S. Eastern Standard Time as our time here in Vermont, with the enactment of the same consensus policy in neighboring states, specifically named Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and New York. Standard time, just when you think of standard time, you think of solar time. It's the time basically when it's noon, the sun is at the top of the sky or thereabouts, depending on where you are in the time zone. Standard time with the sun being overhead at noon, you get about the same time in the morning, same daylight in the morning, same in the evening. Now we are currently in daylight savings time, which shifts our clocks so that 1 p.m. is about when the sun is in the roof of the sky, and you get a little bit more time in the evening, a little bit less in the morning in daylight savings time. And then we go back to standard time just after Halloween in November. What really got me interested in this proposal that I appreciate your consideration of is that 75% of Americans, by some studies, would prefer to end the twice yearly clock changes entirely. When considering what to do about that, there's a lot of science showing that morning light is critical to circadian rhythms, and specifically, so actually going the other way, daylight savings time is beneficial for certain segments of society. However, daylight savings time is exacting a population level toll on our health. Daylight savings is associated with sleep deprivation, depression, fatal motor vehicle accidents, workplace accidents, and long-term increase in fatal diseases. And I have statistics and studies I have at the Wazoo I can give you. I wanted to keep this high level for today. H.329. So my bill is for permanent standard time. If we went to permanent daylight time, you'd end up with 2 to 4 months of sunrises after 8 a.m., which would be, I think, difficult on folks. Particularly the impact of daylight savings time is particularly hard on workers with the least control of their schedule, workers starting early in the morning, children getting to school, and folks on shifts, folks that have a regimented schedule already. This throws one more wrench in the works for them, and the health impacts just keep going from there. So again, this bill just would end those twice yearly clock changes when we get all the states in the area to agree on it. All the states have bills right now. So Vermont has the opportunity right now to take a step for sleep health, while not getting ourselves out of alignment with neighboring states. Overall, thinking about why now, why today, why are you hearing this? Vermont has an opportunity here to recognize that we've been disconnected from natural rhythms in many ways, and there's an opportunity here to bring us back into solar time being our standard time in Vermont. I just consider it a common sense clock. Appreciate your consideration. I'm happy to take questions. There's also lots of testimony and evidence that I'm happy to facilitate.
Representative Howard.
Thank you. We have had this bill before us. I say us. I know definitely I have seen this bill. I don't know if anyone else has seen it, but Representative Parsons, I believe, was in the committee when we took testimony from various groups. One of the concerns that was mentioned was the bus, train, plane schedules. And if Vermont just does this, the suggestion was, wouldn't it be better if all of the New England states did this?
Yeah.
What is your opinion?
I actually support that. I don't think anyone wants to see Vermont on a different time zone. So the bill is enacted on surrounding states doing the same thing. And the bill names New York, New Hampshire, Massachusetts. As I said, they have bills as well. I think it's one of these topics where, as I said, 75% of Americans want something to happen. The political leaders, at some point may have to pick a side, and not everyone will be, we can acknowledge that not everyone will be happy. People like the late summer evenings, the barbecue, golf, Halloween trick-or-treating industries like those late summer evenings. So, and I understand that. But this is just a balanced proposal that I think Vermont can take a step forward for without overcommitting ourselves to.
And have you heard anything about the train, plane, bus schedules being an issue?
I have not. I think when I've talked to people that have advocated for this, we've said, okay, if New England does this, together, then it's going to be adjusted. You have currently Arizona and Hawaii are the two states that have opted out of daylight savings. I work with someone in Arizona, and there is always a little bit of mental adjustment about where they're at. So it's not ideal necessarily, but they're a big state, we're a small state. I think we need to team up on this.
Thank you.
So Arizona has already adopted
Yes,
this. And do you know when they did that?
quite a while ago, I believe. I don't know when. There has been the adoption, so permanent daylight time, as H.329 proposes, was tried around 1974 for about a year and a half, and it was proven to be unpopular, and the experiment ended early because people were so unhappy with permanent daylight time.
So my question was, I'm thinking of the maps that you see of time zones.
Yeah.
Thinking Eastern time, and then there's other potentially of New England.
Yeah.
But it sounds like we have the authority to do that if we choose to.
We do have the statutory authority. We can't go to, this is the direction we can go with our own state control of it. To go the other way would require federal approval. Certainly a lot of states are considering this right now. So we would, at this point, be a leader among the states, and perhaps that would incentivize others to say, okay, this is a direction that is feasible. It's been studied. It is, the associations, the American Medical Association, American Sleep Association, PTA, wide range of experts like this support that this is kind of the best of all, balancing of all the different considerations.
Representative Burrows.
Thank you. I think to add to the discussion, I believe the Canadian Eastern Maritime provinces are also all on Eastern Standard Time year round. They ditched daylight savings time. I don't know how many years ago, but
I have some slides I could provide. There is a worldwide map. 60% of the world is on permanent standard time, as so we would be joining 60% of the world, not necessarily Eastern seaboard yet, but it is at this point a developing consensus, I would say.
Any further comments, questions? timely questions. You're going to be so happy to have Tom back.
He does the same thing. He's been known to make a dad joke. Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate the committee's time. I'm gonna stick out.
Representative Chase. I feel like this is the rap battle in Hamilton. Bring the thunder.
Hi, Rep Seth Chase from Colchester, and I've got the beginning to his proverbial yang here. So in talking with Ledge Council, there's basically two times that would be essentially the same thing but labeled differently. One would be Atlantic Standard Time. The other would be Permanent Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And functionally, the time is exactly the same. It's just how it's labeled. Astronomically speaking, we've got more in common with New Brunswick and Nova Scotia than we do with Chicago and Wisconsin, which is the other edge of our time zone. As the previous rep pointed out, the time change, lots of people are upset about it. The challenges with daylight savings time are usually focused on when that time change is made and people lose an hour of sleep. So I expect we would find that being on a consistent time, whether it's one or the other, would mitigate the risk of those health issues. One of the reasons why I selected shifting our clocks the other way is because if we go on permanent standard time, it would start getting light at like 3:30 in the morning during the summer, and it would be dark by 8 p.m. So as was mentioned, the evening hours would be darker than usual, and getting light at 3:30 in the morning is a significant change. As far as winter time goes, I personally am significantly impacted by seasonal affective depression. Having it be dark at 5 p.m. really kicks my behind. And making the shift to permanent daylight savings time would align the daylight hours with the more traditional work schedule of 8 to 5, 9 to 5 that a lot of people go through. It would still be light out when kids are going home from school, when most people are going home from work. And that's the basic gist of it.
Thank you. Any questions? Representative Krasner.
I know that you've been in the building previous sessions. Is this the first, excuse me, but is this the first time that you've introduced this, or?
It is.
Okay, thank you.
To the best of my knowledge, I don't think anybody has submitted a request for permanent daylight savings time or Atlantic Standard Time yet.
Thank you.
And the way yours is written is Vermont acting independently.
It would be contingent on the rest of New England.
Oh, it would be as well.
Separate from New York.
Are there other bills circulating in other states for this?
From what Ledge Council said, it's about 50-50 as far as the New England states attempting to do something with it. And of the states that are attempting to do it, some are going standard time, some are going daylight time.
Gotcha, thank you.
Unifying theme is not changing twice a year.
Yeah, I think, I just make that statement as well, that I don't think I think everyone's just trying to get away from the back and forth game. I don't think, I think the prevalence of electricity and these things have really messed up cicadas. This one's far more than changing the clock an hour here or there.
Representative Belder.
Yeah, just an observation, that whenever, we have the change, I'll notice it for a day or so, just a little bit, like when I get up that day or go to sleep or whatever. But it's so interesting with my kids how the effect sticks with them for like a week. It's really just interesting. And I just wonder about, because like my daughter, this last time, like we just had to bring her into school late, like 3-4 days in a row, because she's just sleeping, just till the exact same time she was sleeping the day before, like does not care about the clock change, big surprise. And so it's just kind of interesting because I feel like probably I'm, kind of more used to being tired, I just kind of absorb it, but her little body's just like, I'm doing what I'm doing. You say it's 8, like my body says it's 7. I don't care, and that really takes like a full week to sugar out.
And pets.
Pets, yeah, definitely.
And patience.
In general.
Well, okay, thank you, Representative Chase.
Thank you.
The solution here might be permanent daylight savings, but it's only a half hour.
Yeah. Well,
Compromise.
Okay?
that's what,
Everybody agree on that?
so I think India did that. They're a half hour.
That's right. Yeah, because when I was in India, it's like 10.5 hours or whatever, and
Yeah.
back.
Glad we don't live on the line of one of them. Time zones.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up the agenda.
Thank you.
Thanks, Seth.
Thank you both.
Thanks, Tristan.
Thank you.